again, today is January the 7th, 2024, and this is Tom Miner. This is the sixth day of my 30-day water fast. Hopefully you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. Difficult night last night, only difficult in the sense that fasting, at least at this level, is not easy. And to complicate things worse, I did mention on January the 3rd, which is basically one day after I got started, my wife tested positive for COVID. True. And she definitely had it. I mean, she still does have it. She had all the symptoms, the coughing, the wheeziness, all the things that come with COVID. And I've had COVID before, and she's had it before. She actually caught it from me. But yesterday, I went to urgent care and finally got tested. And the reason why I was putting it off, I just didn't feel any symptoms, but I do work in kind of like a public place, and she was adamant about me going and get a COVID test, because if I do have it, we want to be doing the same things together so we can, take care of it. But I came back negative. Actually, I went to the doctor and they did a blood pressure, and my blood pressure was like 124 over 72, which is pretty good. And she's still having complication with it, which is kind of scary in a sense, because we do share life together, and since I'm kind of mobily limited, she helps me out quite a bit, so we are in close contact. But so far my immune system has been impeccable. The doctor, they were impressed, and I don't know if it's because of the fasting, but I know fasting does reset your immune system, and it helps to prevent type of illness that you would get, that normal people get with weakened immune systems. So another shout out to fasting, but woke up this morning feeling like aches, but I was feeling kind of good, because it seems like one of the things that you would get in fasting when you move along, the inflammation kinds of goes down in your joints and stuff like that. So basically you're in a situation where you're able to enjoy greater flexibility and weight loss. I still haven't weighed myself. I keep saying I was going to do it, but I didn't. And this is my thoughts behind it, right? Most of the time when you weigh yourself, you're probably going to be disappointed with the results. You know what I mean? And I think a bigger measure of success for me is going to be my waist size as opposed to my weight. And I think that's common in a lot of places. But right now I still can touch my gut, so I know I got a ways to go, and I'm okay with that. But I'm just excited about the feeling that I have, the increased flexibility that I have. But I must admit, my mobility has been kind of off a little bit. But I think it's because my body is still adjusting to the ketone. Even though I live what I consider to be a fast and focused lifestyle, 6 days is, a little bit out of my wheelhouse. I fast 1 day a week, every week, for the last 4 years, and that's Thursdays. But going 6, I've 3 days, 2 days for sure, but 6 days is definitely out of my wheelhouse. So I think my body is still adjusting to that, me starting to use ketones as opposed to using the fuel that you would eat from food and stuff like that. So what we're going to learn today? Well, I think it's important to know that if you are fasting, there are some other liquids that won't interfere with your fasting protocol, right? So if you're trying to fast for, say, autophagy, which means, oh, sorry about that. My light goes off sometimes here. I'm in the office, but it's on a timer. So if you're fasting for autophagy, and you want to make sure that you can do that, but if you need something to try and get you through it, It's okay to have water, of course, and then herbal tea is good, right? But without any sweeteners or any milk or anything like that. And then also black coffee without cream or sugar. But I must admit, I do put a little cream in mine, so hopefully that's not cheating. But according to the literature, it is. But I do put cream in it. But the one thing that I like the most that you're allowed to have is bone broth. Now, this is just the broth from bones. It could be beef bones, it could be chicken bones, or a combination of thereof. And you can put carrots and celery and onion and all that stuff in there, but just pour the liquid and drink that. That's a good source to replenish your electrolytes and also give you like that booster energy, which I needed today to help you keep your fasting intact. With day 6, I was just sitting there reflecting. For most people, 6 days without eating is probably just something nobody has the inclination to do until I think you start learning what it could do for you overall, as opposed to helping you lose weight and stuff like that. But just imagine over the last 6 days, and tomorrow will be a week, so you can put that in perspective, because I'm pretty sure I'll make it through the day. It's about 3:30 here. If you were to add up all of the meals that you've eaten over the last 6 days, and how much food is that you had consumed, and how much of it was healthy, but most importantly, how much of it is necessary. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm against eating or feasting and all that, but I do want to make it so that people who are fighting with lifestyle diseases like I am, multiple sclerosis, diabetes, high blood pressure, even lupus and dementia and those type of diseases, which are said to be affected by the lifestyle that people choose to live, how much of that could be helped by just eating in a fasted way, which means that you're not eating all the time. You're allowing your body at least 16 hours to actually maintenance itself, right? So if you're starting this for the first time, what I would suggest is intermittent fasting. It is probably the single best thing that you could do that would help you lose weight and also help you get mental cognizance, and then also help you just become a better overall person, reset your immune system and the whole 9 yards. And all that is that you're just picking a window in which you will eat, but there's a 16-hour period of time, which includes the time that you sleep, that you do not eat, right? The ideal intermittent fasting is like, say, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., right? So that's 8 hours. In that 8 hours period, right, that's the time when you can eat or feed. Naturally, you want to try to eat the best food that you possibly can, nutritious, healthy food and stuff like that. And we can get into that some other time. But I always say, try to limit fried, dyed, and processed food. Fried, dyed, processed. And if you can start eliminating those foods out of your life and include as much raw food as you possibly can, nuts, berries, fruit and stuff like that, you will find yourself just feeling so much better, looking better, and performing and thinking better. That is the way you want to get started, right? Then eventually you might want to just close that window down. Instead of like, let's say 16/8, maybe you'll do say say 24 hours. Do a 4-hour fast. There's that light again. I'm not going to do this over. I'm going to keep going. So a 4-hour eating window and then 20 hours of fasting. So basically, pick 4 hours. Let's say 12 to 4. During that time is when you can eat. And then anytime other than that, you just having water. And that will give your body a chance to replenish, to clean, and it also set you up to be the ultimate, to do that 24-hour fast. And once you do the 24-hour fast, like that's the beginning stage of autophagy, where you can start seeing some of the self-eating things that happens during that time, which would allow you to clean your body up. And then after that, who knows, 24 hours. And then, anything over, say, 72 hours is considered a long-term fast. And once you get to that point, I think you'll be naturally wanting to do it longer, maybe 7 days or something like that, or 5 days, because the feeling is so good. I know the only thing I can compare to this on my wall over here, I could probably show it to you at some point, but I ran a 26-mile marathon, right? In that marathon, it was a while back, it was the St. Louis Marathon, 26 miles, 26.2 miles. And I completed it in, 4 hours and 34 seconds, which is not a great time, but, I did finish it. But again, the marathon itself was, it was a huge achievement, but the training and the preparation to get to the point where you could actually, where I could actually run 24 hours was really the feat itself, And so when you get to like mile 18, 19, 20, and so, from that point on, it's really a mental battle that you're dealing with. And the same thing with fasting, right? I'm not sure, for people, depending on how long you've been doing it, but starting for me around about, I would say 10 or 11 days, that's when I think I'm going to be really at the point where I'm going to need this podcast or this video to be able to keep me going, because it gets really tough mentally there. It's like right now, I haven't eaten for 6 days, but I'm really not hungry, but I definitely want to go through the motions, want the taste. I really love bacon and eggs, and I could really just go for some bacon and eggs right now, but I'm cool. I'm not going to do it. And the same thing with fasting. When you get to the point where you are at the end of whatever goal you set for yourself, you will find that it's a mental process. And if you do get to the point where you break down and you have to go and actually eat something, as soon as you eat it, in most cases, you would know that I could have went longer. I probably should have went longer. And on all of my fasting protocols or adventures, every single one at the end of the fast, up until this point, there was no doubt in my mind I could have went longer without having any solid food. So it's a tough mental test. Most people won't pass simply because most people won't challenge it, and most people don't need to. So that's cool. Some people are perfect way, no sickness or anything like that, but I still would challenge you to fast or to live an intermittent fasting lifestyle, because you will see, even though you're doing good, how much better you could do by making sure that you're regulating your food and giving your body a chance to maintenance itself. So, but tomorrow's going to be day 7. That'll be 1 week, and I'm looking forward to getting through this night. I think tomorrow it'll probably be, it should be good, because at some point, based upon my fasting history, a new spike of energy should be coming into play, and it'll feel like, I've eaten. Like now, it feel like I've already eaten, even though this morning it was not a good morning. I was sluggish. It was difficult getting out of bed and stuff like that, but I did get out, and here I am at my office right now. But at the 7 or 8 days, I should, light keeps going out, I'm sorry. I should be feeling a different level of energy spike, and I'm looking forward to it and sharing it with you. I got some surprises planned for anybody who continues to view. We'll see. Either way, today is Sunday, January the 7th, my 6th day of water fasting, and I'm good. Plan to continue. Hey, please subscribe and like what you're seeing here, so it would allow the people at YouTube to maybe boost me up, and tell anyone that you know. And like I said, I'll try to make it a little bit more informative, and I got some surprises that I want to share, including the book that I'll be writing here pretty soon. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.